I will never be intimidated by America. I will never be intimidated by Donald Trump. They were speaking about me in that meeting at White House. If they were not gossiping about me, they should have called me into that meeting. I would have answered everything that Donald Trump wanted from us. Banchaba ba sebakanna batho ba baholo ka dikhoneng ba tya transport ba ya kwa America ba yo bua ka nna sleghe. If they are not scared of me, call me into that meeting. That nonsense that Trump did in America, he will never do that nonsense in my presence, because I will confront him here and there with the facts.
Economic Freedom Fighters EFF leader Julius Malema has launched a scathing attack on President Cyril Ramaphosa for what he described as a failure to defend South Africa's sovereignty during a high-level meeting with the United States President Donald Trump in Washington, D.C. Addressing supporters at the Minara Sports Ground on Sunday, Malema said he should have been invited to the meeting, where he claims he was a topic of discussion, and said if they weren't gossiping about me, they should have called me into that meeting. I would have answered everything Donald Trump wanted. That nonsense Trump did, he would never do in my presence. I would confront him with facts. The firebrand leader accused Ramaphosa of cowardice, saying the president failed to challenge Trump's controversial remarks about South Africa's land reform policy and the so-called white genocide, and said, "You've got a cowardly president." He left here talking tough, but when he arrived in America, he was shaking. Trump said to him, "When you say farmers, you mean white people," and Ramaphosa kept quiet. Tensions between Pretoria and Washington have intensified during Trump's second term, particularly over the land expropriation without compensation. The US president has reportedly accused the South African government of targeting white farmers, a claim that the South African government has categorically denied. Malema alleged that Trump presented Ramaphosa with a fake screenshot during their meeting, purportedly of white farmers being buried in mass graves. Malema said the image was actually from the Democratic Republic of Congo and had nothing to do with South Africa, and said this picture does not belong to us. We don't have mass graves of white people in South Africa. There's no white genocide. Farmers are not all white. Ramaphosa is a farmer himself. Why didn't he say that? He also criticized Ramaphosa for not defending the judiciary when Trump questioned why Malema had not been jailed for the controversial struggle song Kill the Boer, and said the song was approved by the Constitutional Court. We are a constitutional democracy. By failing to defend the Constitutional Court, Ramaphosa failed to protect the Constitution itself. Malema went further, alleging that Trump's remarks were a veiled call for his elimination, and said when Trump says, "Why is this man not in jail?" he simply means, "Why is this man not dead? Why are you not killing this man who wants to kill white people?" That's what he meant in that White House. The meeting attended by Trump, Ramaphosa, and Democratic Alliance leader John Steenhuisen, billionaire Johan Rupert, sought to address rising diplomatic and economic tensions between the two countries. During the talks, Steenhuisen reportedly told US officials that the DA's participation in South Africa's government of national unity was aimed at keeping parties like the Economic Freedom Fighters and Umkhonto we Sizwe Party out of government. Relations between South Africa and the US have worsened in recent months, exacerbated by Washington's decision to cut HIV and AIDS funding and its recent granting of refugee status to 49 white South Africans, citing alleged racial discrimination. Malema insisted that the EFF is the only party that imperialists fear, and said we must defend our country against imperialism. The only organization hated by imperialists is the EFF. I will never be intimidated by America. The Economic Freedom Fighters continues to push back against what it sees as international meddling, and Malema made it clear that if included in future international engagements, he wouldn't mince words, and said, "Include me in those meetings. I know South Africa with my eyes closed, and I will always defend it." The US President Donald Trump made several false statements and misrepresented some facts about the alleged persecution of South Africa's white minority during a contentious Oval Office meeting on Wednesday with the president. Ramaphosa really tried to rebuff the assertions but was frequently interrupted by Trump, who repeated these claims. Trump had staff play a video consisting mostly of 5-year-old clips of inflammatory speeches by some South African politicians that have been circulating on social media. Among the claims contradicted by evidence are: there's no genocide of white farmers in South Africa. This conspiracy theory has been propagated by some fringe groups of white South Africans since the end of apartheid in 1994. It has been circulating in global far-right chat rooms for at least a decade, with the vocal support of Trump's ally, South African-born Elon Musk. Supporters of the theory point to murders of white farmers in remote rural parts of the country as proof of politically orchestrated campaign of ethnic cleansing rather than ordinary violent crime. They accused the black majority-led government of being complicit in the farm murders, either by encouraging them or at least turning a blind eye. The government strongly denies this. South Africa has one of the world's highest murder rates, with an average of 72 a day. In a country of 60 million people, most victims are black. South African police recorded 26,232 murders nationwide in 2024, of which 44 were linked to farming communities. Of those, 8 of the victims were farmers. The Western Cape High Court ruled that claims of white genocide were clearly imagined and not real, in a case earlier this year forbidding a donation to a white supremacist group on those grounds. Secondly, the government is expropriating land from white farmers without compensation, including through violent land seizures, to distribute it to blacks. The government has a policy of attempting to redress inequality in land ownership that are a legacy of apartheid and colonialism, but no land has been expropriated, and the government has instead tried to encourage white farmers to sell their land willingly. That hasn't worked, as some 3/4 of privately owned farmland is still in the hands of whites, who make up less than 8% of the population, while 4% is owned by blacks, who make up 80%. In an effort to address this, Ramaphosa signed a law in January allowing the state to expropriate land in the public interest. In rare cases, without compensating the owner, the land requires authorities to first try to reach an agreement. It still hasn't been used. Thirdly, the Kill the Boer song sung by some black South Africans is an explicit call to murder Afrikaners who own most of the farmland. The song dates back to resistance against apartheid when Afrikaner nationalists controlled the country. The 3 courts have ruled against attempts to have it designated as hate speech on the basis that it is a historical liberation chant and not a literal incitement to violence. The Economic Freedom Fighters released a statement and said it was a song that expresses the desire to destroy the system of white minority control over the resources of South Africa, and that it is a part of African heritage.
Ramaphosa could not present the facts in front of Donald Trump. You've got a coward president. He left here. Ariana, he won't be bullied. When he arrived there, he was shaking. Atatazela, Achaba Donald Trump, another president scared of another president.
What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.